What is the Project-Based Voucher Program? The Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher Program, also known as an HCV, helps income-eligible households with their monthly rental expenses. The Project-Based Voucher Program, also known as a PBV, is a part of the Section 8 program, but it does have some differences. A PBV is tied to the unit, whereas an HCV is connected to the household. If you remain in the unit for 12 months and decide you would like to move, you may request an HCV and go to the top of the HCV waiting list. If you move from the unit before your 12-month anniversary, you will lose your assistance. If you move early and lose your assistance, you may apply for the Section 8 HCV waitlist. If you are a former Beecher household, you may also request to go back on the Beecher PBV waitlist. How much will you pay? The tenant rent is the portion of the monthly rent to the owner paid by the household and is based on the household's income, composition, and expenses. Louisville Metro Housing Authority, also known as LMHA, determines the tenant rent following HUD requirements. The property manager will provide you with a briefing packet. In your briefing packet, you have several forms. These forms are separated into two sections. The first section is your lease paperwork. These will be completed by you and your property manager. These include Briefing Certification, Tenancy Addendum, Statement of Family Responsibility. Part A of the Tenancy Addendum will be completed by the property manager. You will both sign the third page. Part B of the Tenancy Addendum goes into further detail about the tenant, property manager, and LMHA requirements under the PBV program. The Statement of Family Responsibility explains the tenant rent, changes in tenant rent, LMHA housing assistance payment, family right to move, family obligations, termination of assistance, illegal discrimination, Violence Against Women Act, and HUD requirements. The property manager will fill out sections 1 and 2 of the document, and you will sign the last page. The second section of the briefing packet is for your information only. These forms do not have to be returned. These may include Violence Against Women Act, hearing information, Lead Safe Louisville if the property was built before 1978, Family Self-Sufficiency Program, Homeownership Program, Are You a Victim of Housing Discrimination packet, HQS Complaint Inspections. If LMHA has evidence that you have violated your obligations, your housing assistance may be terminated. If this happens, LMHA will mail you a letter stating the reasons for the decision. You may request an informal hearing regarding the decision. Requests for informal hearings must be in writing. Some examples of reasons that could cause you to lose your housing assistance include failing to report any changes in household size, failing to report income for any member of the household, failing to abide by the terms of the lease, and eviction. You may lose your assistance if you are evicted. If you are evicted or receive an eviction or termination notice, you must provide LMHA with a copy of this notice. The Family Self-Sufficiency Program, commonly known as FSS, is a voluntary program for families. FSS helps families increase their earnings and build financial capability and assets. The FSS program serves families in both the HCV and the PBV program, along with families living in public housing. The FSS program includes a financial incentive for participants to increase their earnings in the form of an escrow savings account that increases as residents' earnings increase, and case management to help families access services they may need to overcome barriers to gain employment, strengthen their financial capability, and address other challenges holding them back from achieving their goals. For more information on how you can get involved in this program, call 502-569-3439. The HCV Homeownership Program allows households assisted under the HCV program to use their voucher to buy a home and receive monthly assistance in meeting homeownership expenses. To participate in the HCV Homeownership Program, the HCV household must meet specific income and employment requirements, be a first-time homeowner, and satisfactorily complete the Pre-Assistance Homeownership and Housing Counseling Program, among other qualifications. For more information, call 502-569-6960. You may request an HQS Complaint Inspection at any time by calling 502-569-6468. More details about complaint inspections are in your briefing packet. All households must recertify household composition, income, and any changes annually. You will receive this paperwork about 2 months before your lease anniversary date. A Housing Quality Standard HQS inspection may be completed annually or biannually. You will receive a letter in the mail once it has been scheduled. Income or household composition changes must be reported to LMHA within 10 days at 502-569-6956. Leave a detailed message with your full name, Social Security number, phone number, and all the details of your change, and LMHA will schedule an appointment to meet with you. If you have any additional questions about your rental assistance, please contact Patricia Gaddy at 502-569-6956. That completes the PBV briefing presentation. The property manager at the location you are about to lease up at will provide you with a briefing certification form. You must sign the briefing certification form certifying that you have viewed this video in its entirety before you sign your lease papers. Once you and the property manager have completed the lease paperwork, you can move into the unit. The lease begins the date you sign the paperwork, and you are responsible for paying your portion starting that date. The property manager will return documentation to LMHA for processing. Once processed, LMHA will send you a copy of your paperwork.